So this is a bit of a weird one, because about a week or so ago I was just sitting there minding my own business when all of a sudden I got an email land in my inbox, and I was pretty surprised about this particular email because it said it was from Greg Jackson, the CEO of Octopus Energy, and it was inviting me to an evening in their offices down in central London just off Oxford Street to celebrate customers. And it was going to be an evening of canapes and music, and at first I thought, do I really want to go all the way down to central London for this event? But then it did say they were going to share an announcement with us as well, and that got me pretty curious. And also I've got plenty of annual leave built up that I've got to use up, so I thought, why not? It's a bit of an adventure. Let's get out of the house for a day and see what's going on down at the Octopus Energy offices. So I'm at the train station right now, and you can see the track just down there, and there's a little Transport for Wales train just there waiting to go, but I need to wait for the big train that will take me all the way down to London. How long have I got? I've got another 11 minutes to go before my train arrives. Got here a little bit too early, I think, but yeah, didn't want to miss the train. So I've made it to the hotel a little bit early. I can't check in till 3 o'clock because it's a Premier Inn hub. But I don't actually know what to expect from tonight, to be honest. I think I'm going to turn up. Greg's going to be wearing some sort of large octopus face mask. There'll be a huge octopus wooden structure, and I'll get ushered inside and sacrificed to the energy gods. Oh, hang on. I think I'm mixing up Octopus Energy with the Wicker Man again. I keep doing that. Anyway, the event isn't until 6:30 this evening, so I've got a few hours to kill. I can't check into the hotel till 3 o'clock anyway, and it is only 1:30. So I'm going to go down to the British Museum, have a look around there, because that is free to get in, and got lots of Egyptian stuff that I'm quite interested in seeing. So I'm going to do a bit of touristy stuff, and I'll see you later on. Some familiar people here. We've got Mick and Sarah. So we've made it down to a pub near the Octopus offices, and none of us have any idea what this evening is really about at all. So 10 minutes to go, and we can wander over and find out. So yeah, see you in 10 minutes.
Here we are. Willy Wonka's Chocolate Factory.
So before I tell you about what happened last night, I need to get some breakfast. So I thought I'd start the day with an egg slut. Right then, let's get this back to the hotel room, have some breakfast, and I'll tell you what was going on last night. Let me show you the smallest hotel room I've ever stayed in. Look at this. So you walk in, you got a bathroom, and like a large single bed or a bed and a half and a window. I was told by someone from Octopus Energy yesterday evening that they have a basement level with no windows at all. I'm not sure I'd like that. Actually, while I'm showing you the room, look, this is really annoying. Look at this shower. So with this shower, it's a sort of rainfall shower that's up there. But if you want to set the temperature, then hang on, I've got to get this in the shower. So to turn it on, you use that one. To set the temperature, you use that one. But the rainfall shower is right above your head. So you can turn it on, but you can't set the temperature without either getting your arms scalded or frozen, or walking in there and getting burnt from the hot water from the shower that's above you. Bit of a bad design, that. This does look like a decent breakfast, to be fair. It's sausage, egg and cheese. It's like a massive egg and sausage McMuffin, really. So just in case you're wondering why I was in first class on the train yesterday, I used the Seatfrog app to upgrade my ticket. Now, it's not a sponsored video or anything. This is more a public service announcement. You use the Seatfrog app, and you can bid on upgrades to your tickets, and sometimes you can get it for like 10 quid for an upgrade to first class. I think I paid a bit more, about 28 quid, but it was still more than half price, which is pretty good. You can also bid on secret fares, so you can get like 50% reductions on your actual ticket. So like, I think like London would be something like 35-40 pounds instead of 80 pounds. But yeah, you can find these in this Seatfrog app. I'll put a link down in the description just in case you're interested. So the evening started in this newly cordoned off area of their office with people handing out canapes, and I managed to get myself a little miniature beef burger. Mini burgers! And then Greg took to a little makeshift stage in the corner of that new little area of their office. And the thing is, we're all quite technical, you and I. We're geeks and nerds. Well, I assume you are if you're watching my video. So Octopus Energy's tariffs and all their whole setup is geared towards giving us as much data as possible. So you've got like the bottle cap Dave integration for Home Assistant that lets you grab all the data from Octopus Energy, and other people have used it, like Mick Wall from Energy Stats UK, who basically tweets out like the agile prices and all of that sort of stuff every day. So it's very data focused. But what you need to remember is that Octopus is now the largest energy supplier in the UK. And most of their customers, they're not geeks and nerds. They're just normal people who just want their energy. They just want to pay for their energy bills, and they don't really care about all the data and all that sort of stuff. That's the majority of their customer base. So it's all very well having the technology, but what about just the absolute basics, the customer service? And that's what this evening, well, yesterday evening, was all about. So one of the things that Greg was keen to talk about was how they deal with people who are struggling to pay their bills, vulnerable people who are perhaps getting into debt. And he talked about how they'd done things like bring social workers in-house, so that it's got their own social workers. They don't use third-party debt collection agencies because they don't want to go around banging on people's doors and demanding the money. They want to work with people to help make sure that they can afford their bills, help make sure their houses are insulated, help make sure that their tariffs are tailored just to them so as they don't get into debt. And even showed this, was it from Trustpilot, I think it was, where people were still giving 5-star reviews after having these debt consultations. So I mean, that's saying something. They must have got something valuable from the experience to be still giving 5-star reviews. So I know this sounds a little bit advertorial and like I'm being sponsored. I'm not sponsored by them. I'm not being paid to say this. I'm just telling you what happened at the event. And well, in fact, the big announcement, I'll let Greg tell you in his own words.
By far the most stressful thing is the run up to the Which Awards every year, because the first we know is when we get an email that just says whether or not we're Which recommended again. I'm unbelievably proud that when we only had like 50,000 customers 9 years ago, we were just big enough for Which to survey, and we were named Which recommended. And we've been named Which recommended every year since. So tonight's announcement was going to be, apart from it turns out to be a press today, that we have been Which recommended yet again, 9 years in a row. If you want to be sure who you can trust, I think the answer is Octopus.
So yeah, Which recommended energy supplier for 9 years in a row. That means they've got to update that advert that's always playing on the radio. I don't know if you've heard the one. It goes, Which recommended energy supplier for 8 years in a row. Octopus Energy. It plays like every 30 seconds on Absolute Radio. It really does my head in. I hope they change that advert now. They've got to, because it's got to say 9 years in a row. So maybe they'll go for something different this time. Greg and his team are clearly very proud about getting 9 years in a row. So I think he probably wants to get 10 years in a row. Getting 10 seems like a good round number to achieve. He probably wants a lot more than that. But yeah, let's see if he can get 10 next year. After the announcement though, it was on to a little bit of food, and they were serving bowl food. I didn't know bowl food was a thing. I thought it would be just like it was bowls of food. I mean, is that like soup? It could have been anything. But there were little fancy dishes put together in bowls. I think they must do it all the time. I didn't know bowl food was a thing. I guess calling it bowl food sounds a bit fancier, does it? Oh, and they had pink octopus cupcakes. So after that there was a lot of mingling and chatting, and right at the end of the evening Greg took me up to the office space to show me around, and he even showed me their little mini R&D station that they've got there. They've got a 3D printer, they've got soldering irons, they've got some sort of circuit board prototyping, they've got smart meters set up so as they can play around with those. They've got like a gas one and an electric one. They've got little Octopus minis scattered around, and basically it's a geek's playground. I could have spent hours having a look around there and fiddling with all the little electronics that they've got to play with. Anyway, that's it for this video. I know it's a little bit of an unusual video compared to my normal stuff, but I just wanted to share this event with you, show you what I've been up to. But massive thank you to my channel members and patrons listed here as always. I got a few new patrons this week as well, quite a few, and channel members all signed up, so thank you to these guys anyway for supporting the channel. If you'd like to become a channel member or a patron, you'll get early access to my videos and some bonus content too. Don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to the channel for free to see more from me. Thank you for watching, goodbye.